What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Keegan and Company podcast. For those who are new to the show, my name is Keegan Hipgrave, and in this episode, we are talking to professional boxer Tim Tszyu. It was an awesome conversation. We're actually here in his training facility. We touched on all things childhood, the upcoming fight against Fundora, and something that I was really interested in was life away from boxing, finding balance, coming home to your partner after big days. Guys, if you are new to this podcast, can I get you to hit that little like and subscribe button on whatever platform you listen to this podcast on, whether it's Apple, YouTube, Spotify. It actually is a really great way for us to grow this podcast, grow this platform, and just have some incredible guests. Enjoy the episode. Tim Tszyu, welcome to the podcast, brother.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Mate, how you feeling? We're here in your training facility, man. It's cool to be here. How you feeling? You're mid-training camp at the moment?
Yeah, well, we've had this gym since 1998.
Bro.
So there's a lot of shit that's happened here.
Mate,
a lot of things have happened here.
Man.
Yeah.
But even walking in here, it's so sick. Like, you've got so many like old school posters.
Yeah.
Like, so you've been.
We've done a little rechange though, a little refurb. But yeah, when you come in, apparently there's some sort of smell in here that the normal person can smell.
What's the
this
smell,
smells
man?
like home for me.
Right, I was like, where's this smell coming from? But mate, it's cool. And so does that mean you were here like as a kid? Like you would have been rolling in here?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Yeah, so Dad started this gym, started his career here, and you can imagine the career that he had and the amount of people that have gone through here.
Yeah.
From him and now myself and my brother now. So yeah, there's been plenty of stuff in between that as well. So it's been a hell of a journey.
Is there any thoughts about potentially like changing up spots or anything, or is this like this is it?
Yeah, you want to, but at the same time it's so hard.
Yeah.
So hard to leave here, especially when it's been your home for such a long time. Even the rusty walls and that smell and the cracked mirrors, the ring that's been there for 20 or so years and still same old equipment, I don't know, there's something in this place.
Yeah, but I love it. It takes me back to home. I grew up on the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
We would do a lot in like the Narang PCYC, which is like a lot of like, we did some boxing stuff there and for cross training for footy, and it gives me that same feel. Like it's kind of old school, but I kind of.
It's got heritage, it's got vibe to it.
100%. Mate,
it's got a soul.
Right.
A lot of places don't have a soul these days. You
Yeah.
just walk in and you don't feel the energy.
Yeah.
But here you can feel the energy when you come into the gym.
Mate, I love that. And I do, to be honest, mate, I'm keen to touch on the training camp and I'm keen to touch on the fight coming up. But I kind of want to start like growing up. Like you mentioned you were running around here growing up. What did it look like growing up? Were you involved in other sports? Like, did your dad have you around the gym when you were younger? Like, what did it look like?
Look, I think boxing was such a big impact in our lives that we had to be in the gym. We had to sort of be around the sport. My dad knew what boxing does and how hard it was. So he sort of wanted us to go a different path. So at first we started with gymnastics, then we started playing soccer, even though we were in this gym the whole time.
Yeah.
He was trying to get us away, but it couldn't take us out of here.
Really? What was it about it that just drew you to it?
I think the fact that we knew how to punch before we knew how to walk.
Gotcha.
And like Sundays and Saturday barbecue sessions, all of that stuff was just us as little kids putting on the gloves and just punching on. Me and my brother, me and my cousin. So yeah, it was sort of one of those things that it was just with us from such a young age, and I just really wanted to pursue it.
Because when like people talk about like brothers growing up, usually there can be like a bit of tension or like a bit of competition, a bit of rivalry.
Yeah.
How does it change when you actually know how to fight and you're training and you're training? Does that add like another level or element to you guys growing up at all?
I don't know actually. Like parents were, I guess, more scared because we would like punch each other a bit harder than the usual kids would punch each other.
Gotcha.
Because we actually knew how to throw them.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was pretty fun.
Mate, what was it like having like obviously such a successful father, like being in the boxing industry? Did that add a layer of pressure growing up at all? Like to want to compete and wanting to be successful? Like tell me a little bit about that.
I think having a successful dad sort of gave us a little benchmark of where we want to approach life and where we want to be as well. So my dad used to always tell us, try to teach us not to be mediocre.
Yeah.
And everything he did in his life was to try stand away from the crowd. So when you grow up in that type of environment, it's sort of like whatever everyone else is doing, you have to try to go the other way.
Yeah.
And a little example, like people don't know, was my dad's rat's tail. Yeah. That rat's tail was for the reason because he wanted to be different. It symbolizes the fact that when he had to go to the army, you had to have a bald haircut, but he didn't want to have it. He wanted to be different. So yeah, so when you grow up in the top of childhood, it's a bit different.
But do you take that philosophy into life now?
Well, I don't have the rat's tail.
Not the rat's tail, but wanting to be different.
Look, I like to blend in.
Yeah.
I don't like to stand out too much, but I like to challenge myself in ways that a lot of people should.
How do you? What do you mean? How do you challenge yourself?
I like physical challenges. That for me gets me going. Something to work for, something to do that's hard.
Yeah.
And to always have. I don't like to go on holidays. I don't like to relax. Given that my wife now she enjoys all that stuff.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like 2 days in, I'm like, the hell am I doing?
Yeah.
You know, like, well, relaxing by the beach.
Yeah.
How many days can you relax by the beach before you go crazy?
But it's interesting you say that because we've done a few recent podcasts, especially over in the UK with some really high performers in not just their own sport, but in business and in life. And almost like a common theme throughout was doing something that's hard. And I'm so curious about that because even in like my own life, I'm thinking, well, what does it look like? Like I come from a footy background, NRL background, and I'm like, well, I don't want to stop doing hard things. And I think and I'm keen to hear your thoughts on it, but like I think we chronically undersell our potential and what we think is possible. So when we do something that's hard, where we're not sure if we can do it, and we do it's like, well, fuck, what else can we be doing? Yeah. Like, where can we take that in other forms of life, not just sport? Do you subscribe to that at all?
Yeah, 100%. For me, a little example was when I was on holiday in Hawaii, when I decided to run a half a marathon, and I decided in like a day. Yeah. It actually made me feel more alive.
Really?
Yeah, I was on holidays and we just finished the fight, and I was 1 week in, and I was getting bored sitting by the pool and stuff like that. And as soon as I heard about the half a marathon, I was like, that's it. I'm woken. I feel alive again. Yeah. And then even though it was one hell of a challenge, it was definitely something.
So was it an actual race that was already going on? You're like, oh, fuck it, I'll just jump in.
Yeah. Gotcha. It was half a marathon. Training? No training at all.
How'd you feel?
I felt fucked.
It's hard, right?
Yeah.
Mate.
Yeah. I felt. I started like 3/4 of the way back. Yeah. There was a massive line. I didn't realize it was such a big race. And the first, let's say, 15 kilometers, I'm running past everyone. Yeah. Not one person's overtaking me, just zooming. I'm on the outside lane, just running past everyone like that, you know? Yeah. And then I hit the wall, boom, like 15 Ks in. I'm like, what?
I'm only halfway, what do you mean?
My stomach, I needed to go bathroom, and my head's starting to spin. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even train. And everyone's having these like energy packs, and everyone's drinking water. And I'm like, nah, stuff it, you know?
Hydration, fuel.
Yeah, don't worry about it, you know? No water, no nothing. I'll be sweet, you know? And hit the wall, but that last 5 Ks, I learned a lot about myself, and I was so glad I did it because, again, it made me feel alive.
Man, I think there is something about like getting to that point. Did I I did an ultra marathon like a month ago, bro. Like, and I'm like, look, I'm not a runner.
I would love to do that.
Would you get into running
100%.
post-boxing? Bro, I reckon
100%.
Like those guys in that ultra space, like especially when it's 50 plus, 100K, even like those multi-day, it's all mind.
Yeah.
It's all mind. Like my knee blew out at about 30K. And I thought like, oh, I'll give it another hour. Like I'll just grind through it, bro. Where your head goes into these little places.
I can imagine.
It's gnarly.
Wow.
Even we've had a few ultra marathon runners like on this podcast, and I'm like, where does your head go when you're awake for 48 hours? You're like 200 Ks into it, and it's like, mate, it's like that's like strip everything away. You're just at the core of like the deepest, darkest thing. You get these gnarly thoughts, you're hallucinating. It's cool to be in that space.
Yeah, of course.
It's almost like a meditative space.
Yeah, of course.
Mate, tell me about...
You feel at peace.
Bro, 100%. Well, your body might not be at peace, but you can get into that rhythm.
Yeah, of course.
I'd be keen to discuss how that like looks like in the ring.
Yeah.
Because I don't, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I imagine sometimes you like potentially go to like almost like a flow state at all. Like, what do you think about when you're like in the ring, like round 7, 8, 9?
Nothing.
It's hard.
Nothing. It's just you're living in such a present moment that nothing in the world exists.
Really.
And it's an unbelievable feeling. Unbelievable. Your whole world switches away.
Yeah.
You start feeling things in slow motion.
Wow.
And it's just like you can hear your opponent's heartbeat.
Wow.
To a certain extent, you know, and all you're doing is just flowing in there, and it's an unbelievable feeling.
Is there a want to, I guess, like recreate that feeling? Like, can you recreate that feeling?
I think in different endeavors. Like I was having a look at music festivals.
Okay.
Like a DJ.
Yeah.
What would a DJ feel when he's performing in front of hundreds and thousands of people, when he's in a flow state?
Yeah.
You know, I think every endeavor's got that. Every endeavor's got a different feeling, but I'm sure it could be created from different industries.
Yeah, I think about that all the time, because usually when people are in that flow state, they're doing things that they probably don't think is possible, or they haven't potentially been there. And I think about it, I was like, how do you get there? But I imagine it's probably from doing the work, like, you know, the 10, 20, 25 years of work that you've done in the gym. Whereas like when you throw that punch, it's just like, you're not even thinking.
Yeah. The amount of straight rights that you would have to throw before you land that straight right in the years growing up, that's what it is, you know. There's no such thing as a fluky punch. There's no such thing as something that just happens. It's years and years and years of repetition.
Mate, I love hearing that, man. And to be honest, like I'm new to the boxing space, and doing my research and the lead up to this fight. Like, you've obviously had such an incredible career. Like you've been in the thick of it. You've had a lot of wins. If you were to go back to your very first professional debut, would there be any advice that you would tell yourself?
Probably the fact to keep stacking, consistency, and to never give up, and to always to not get comfortable.
Really?
At all, ever.
Elaborate on it. Why are those things?
Just the fact that you always have to push. There's always boundaries to be met. There's always that next gear. There's always that next fight. Don't get too high from your wins, and don't get too low from your losses.
Gotcha.
And just keep stacking those days.
Bro, who's I think the NBA player, was it Paul Carter? Someone,
Sure.
An NBA player said a very similar thing, is like the idea of stacking days. Like, you get a couple wins on the board, you do that over a 5, 10, 20 year period. It's like, that's where you see the success, right? And I love that piece. And I also love the piece of like you had so much success like throughout your career. Like, success was almost like it came naturally. How did you avoid not being comfortable in those years?
I think the fact that I didn't find happiness in success.
Yeah.
It sort of made me more hungry. So like every day though, every win, I would come back home and have more of a feeling to want to fight again, to compete, to get to that next level. It's like, I wasn't satisfied ever.
Yeah.
And I think that's what kept me going.
Do you think that's
keeps me going?
Do you think that's a positive thing, or do you think people can look at that as a negative thing, where it's like always wanting more?
Yeah, a lot of people would see it as a negative.
Yeah.
But for me, it's a positive.
Yeah,
because
gotcha.
Even, let's say the idea of making money, one car could be enough. Yeah, you don't need any more. But why not have 50? Why not have 100? You know, and that's the mentality that you have to go to, and you just got to keep stacking it.
Yeah, I love that, mate. Tell me about the first loss and how that felt, because obviously winning is such a thing that you're chasing, right? And you're in the thick of it. What does it look like when you had your first loss? What was the feeling?
Emptiness.
Yeah.
Certain emptiness, but didn't feel like a loss in terms of what happened, but it made me more hungrier. Like, I came back and I was ready to go again straight away. I wanted to reclaim my throne, and I believe that it's not just the wins, it's about the losses as well, and the fact that what you can create from your journey and the story that comes with it is even better. Yeah.
What were the big learnings that you took out of it?
To not get too comfortable.
Yeah, man.
At all.
Yeah.
Ever.
And do you take that into outside of the ring as well?
Of course.
And how so?
Just the approach, you know. One thing is in the ring, one thing is in the gym, but 80% of your life is actually outside, and your external environment, external factors as well. Just got to do what you got to do. What's right.
Yeah, I love that. And you took a bit of time off. The back-to-back losses, you took a bit of time off, right?
I got married.
You got married.
That was another task.
Yeah. How is that? Actually, more importantly, how important is it having a supportive partner
100%.
when you're in the thick of it? Like, this is life, right? How important is that?
Oh man, having a wife that supports everything you do is big. And I think that's what was missing in my life, was the fact that I needed a little bit of time to ground myself, because it was a little bit one fight after the other, I had no personal life at all.
Yeah.
You know, it was just non-stop. And it was for the first time in my life, 5 weeks I had, from the loss to the wedding, that I had a bit of time, personal life for myself.
Yeah.
And I think I was missing that a little bit, because there was never such thing as balance. Yeah. There was no balance, ever. And it was good to have that. It was good to feel that, but then it's also good to come back.
How was the wedding?
It was great.
Beautiful.
It was great. We planned it in 5 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently it was hard, but
yeah,
not my eyes. I didn't do anything. I just rocked up on the day.
Cheers, you're good, mate. Cheers, you're good. Hey, mate. On similar themes, we actually have a question from Alexandra as well.
No way.
Yeah, dog.
What the hell?
Hey Tim, Keegan reached out mentioning that you guys were doing a podcast together today and whether I had any questions. So my question to you is, are there ever any days that you come home from training or sparring and you really just had the worst session, but you're trying to keep it inside, and on the outside you're saying everything's okay, but it's really not okay? And how do you balance that, trying not to bring that anxiousness or stress back home for dinner? Because you always seem really calm and relaxed. Always tired, but calm and relaxed. But are there any other times where you're just thinking like, fuck it, I just want to let loose and tell everyone how I'm really feeling? Or are you really just always cool, calm and collected?
Good question, Alex.
It's a great question, bro.
Yes, of course, I've felt that, you know, like, it's not always good days. There's plenty of bad days, especially at the very start of your career when you do get towed up a bit, you know, that's again how you learn. You get hit, your face is bruised. But for me, my little thing was getting into the shower, and I was able to sort of just like try and forget and just unwind and not bring what just happened and the energy that I felt into the home, because the home's supposed to be a place where you're nice and relaxed. It's a sacred place, and I don't want to put anyone under stress.
Mate, I think that's a really good learning piece, like not just for athletes, but probably for all of us, to be honest. Because I constantly think, like leading into these conversations, I constantly think, well, what are the audience, like who's listening, like what are they going to want to hear? Like what are the tools and strategies that they can take away? And I love that piece of like sitting in the shower. It's kind of like an analogy, like washing the day off.
Yeah.
I know other guys have spoken about like going for a swim, post-training, post-footies training, like diving in the ocean or diving in the pool just to wash the day off. So when you come home, you're not bringing that stress and anxiety into the house.
You know what I did? When you step in the shower, usually we're so like, I don't know about you guys, but for me, I just 2 minutes in and then I'm put a bit of body wash, here, and then I'm done. I'm out of there, you know? But when the day is a little bit more stressful, I actually sit there and actually enjoy the shower and actually feel the water running, get the different smells in, feel the heat, finish up with a bit of cold, and it feels like a whole different shower, and I feel as soon as I come out, I'm a whole different person.
Yeah, gotcha.
So if someone's got stuff going on, just a little time for yourself, a little break, 5 minutes to be able to switch off or to switch on. I think that works wonders. And for me, the shower's a place where I go before the fight.
Really?
So it's one of those places that, you know, if you're feeling a bit anxious, you're feeling a bit nervous, worried, you get in there and you sort of unwind, and it's always worked for me.
Bro, I love that. Is there anything else that you do in terms of meditation, journaling, anything like that you think works? That has worked for you?
Yeah, I play a bit of board games.
Yeah.
Watch a bit of movies, try to watch a bit of funny movies.
Gotcha.
Go for walks. Try to take my shoes off. Try to walk on a bit of grass without shoes. And spend some time with my dog.
Yeah. What type of dog do you have?
Frenchie.
Cute, bro.
Yeah,
cute.
Best.
He's not doing long walks.
Hey?
He's not doing long walks.
No, he's alright.
He's good. Yeah.
He's
Hey,
alright.
get him in the ultra space. He might take over.
What's that?
The ultra marathon.
Oh,
ultra
right.
marathon. Yeah,
We'll see.
The longest stuff. Mate, that's I think that's really cool. I was actually talking to Georgie Rose in the lead up to this conversation just to get a little bit of background, and he mentioned that there was a kind of like a training book that your old man or your granddad used to use in the diary. The diary.
Yeah.
Is that something that you use? Can you tell me a little bit about it?
We started, but I haven't been really using it anymore.
Gotcha.
Like my dad's old school methods, they're great, but also ripped shoulders and torn Achilles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I asked my dad now, he goes, when I was in Thailand with him, we did a little training camp together.
Yeah.
We were talking about like past experiences with training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's telling me, I used to do this, I used to do that, I used to do this. And I'm like, oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, can you run now?
How
He
you
goes,
feeling?
nah.
Yeah, gotcha.
Can you move at all? He goes, nah. Well, there you go, Dad. I'm not going to listen to your advice. I want to be walking in 10 years' time.
That's so interesting, because obviously like old like our dads, like they're the smartest in the room. And naturally we're like, mate, get out of here. But it's hard when like they've had a lot of success as well in the field that you're in. You're like, maybe just taking bits and pieces of what you want.
And there's no compliments either. Even with my grandpa, yesterday I told him about my weight. Like usually it's a bit higher, and this time it's a bit lower. And I'm like, I'm proud of myself, basically. He's like, you still look fat.
Mate, sometimes,
you're lucky you're my grandpa.
Mate, sometimes we just need those guys to humble us a little bit and keep us on level ground. But we have conversations with a lot of like obviously high performers on this podcast. And I'm always just like, fuck you, like you're so humble, like you're so genuine and nice. Like, how do you do that? I was like, fuck, usually just like my parents or my mates just pulling me back down to earth. As soon as I start getting a little bit ahead of myself, like, nah, mate, come back.
Yeah, well, your grandpa always puts it on me.
Yeah, gotcha. Mate, I am I'm keen to talk about the Fundora fight coming up July 20. It's like exclusively on Main Event by Kayo and Fox, and we're a couple weeks away now. How has the training camp been? How are you feeling now?
Good. Better than ever, you know. I stepped into this training camp with a little bit of a different mentality, like more of a give it your all, you know, like don't miss days at all, zero. Stay focused no matter what, and eliminate all distractions, and everything's going good. I've had good sparring lately, and that's always hard, you know. I'm working my brain more with being in the ring.
What do you mean, work your brain more in the ring?
Just not always coming in trying to knock your opponent out, but actually try to be strategic. And in the past, I was always just trying to hurt my opponent. I smell blood and I just want to go for it. Want to go for the kill. But this time it's a bit more of a thinking game, which is great. How
do you go in the sparring? Because even talking to Georgie, he was saying like the guys, your opponents, your sparring partners come in, and I imagine they probably want to like knock someone the top off, or they come at their best, or they're always giving 110%. How do you go managing that through a 10-week training camp? Like, is there fatigue set in, or is it about like working on the mind? Like, how do you go navigating that?
Yeah, there is a bit of fatigue, and that's why you don't want to do training camps for too long. Due to the fact that your brain starts to go here, starts to go there, and you sort of just need to be focusing on this. One of my training camps against Murtalayev was like 4 months. I was all over the place, was just going through a war, so maybe I wasn't even there. But this one, everything's nice and fresh. I feel good. And it's good to always be alert no matter what, especially when you've got your opponents that are trying to take your head off. You don't want people that are going easy on you and stuff like that. It just doesn't work out. You want the same intensity of a fight. Everything's stimulated around the fight.
It's just like if it's what you're going into in the ring, you want to replicate the same thing in training time and time, getting the reps, stacking dates, like you said. But I love that. Do you, I think like a big part of this was around like, it's obviously hard, right? It's like it's a hard thing to do. You're 10 weeks of like dialing in. Are you prior to the 10 weeks? Where is your head at leading into it? Is it a matter of like trying to keep fit, doing things outside of your traditional training, traditional gym? Like is there other stuff like cross training that you do?
Yeah. So we do a conditioning rugby. What are they called? Pre-camp.
Pre-season.
Pre-season. Yeah. So we do a bit of pre-camp. We get nice and strong. Doing a bit of athletics track and stuff. And I absolutely hate it.
Bro.
I hate it. I hate doing athletics track. It's the worst thing in the world. When I get in the ring, I feel more at peace. The first, let's say, 2-3 sparrings, you feel like crap. You feel like crap. The first day you wake up, you're like, sore, the top of the head's sore, your head's here, it's your body, you're bruised up. After 3 weeks, your body's just
feeling good,
used to it, you know? A little bit of punches here, a little punches there, it's sweet, you know, bruise here, but it's fine, you know? You don't feel the effects of it, but at the start of camp is always hard, and you're a bit fatter. You put on a bit of weight. So
is that why your granddad's getting into you as well?
Yeah, I know, but I'm 4 weeks out, and it's sweet. You know, I don't know why he's.
Mate, it's funny.
Haters gonna hate.
100%. I think that's we did the exact same thing when we were playing footy. Like start pre-season, you're getting pumped, like a lot of running, but then when you start getting into like game simulations, so like 13 on 13. Those first couple tackles you shot, like it's always that little bit sore. But then when you're in season, you're conditioned. You're fully conditioned, and you've mentally prepared because you've done the work. I'm keen to, I guess, dive a little bit deeper into coming off the back of a loss. How do you mentally prepare coming into this fight? Is there anything that you've kind of changed, or is there like a mantra, or is there something that you've really been focusing on mentally leading into this?
Yeah, well, look, the last fight against Joey Spencer that I fought, I had to prepare myself mentally, coming back from a loss. So sort of just put it all on the line. I thrived under pressure. I try to bring it all in, but at the same time, I didn't really feel it too much. And it was more about not thinking about the fight, but just weekly battles to win. Each week I would make a goal that I would need to achieve and just try to tick it all off the list each time.
I've heard people talk about that have a big goal, like a goal of doing something extraordinary. You think about it, you look at it, it's intimidating.
Yeah.
It's big, it's a big goal, but then breaking it down into bite-sized pieces, like, because you can always take one more step, right?
Yeah.
And then when you get those little wins on the board, I imagine that's probably how you build confidence, right?
Yeah, of course. And I've got an ultra marathon goal as well.
Really?
Yeah, I've got it in there. I've got it in the back of my head that I'm going to do it. And I'll start doing a little bit of training. I want to do a marathon by the end of the year.
This year?
Yeah, this year.
Bro, Sydney's the first major coming, when is it? End of August.
I want to do it. I feel like I probably need a month of training.
Yeah.
And then I should be sweet, as long as I have a bit of
the gels.
The gels. I've never used the gels, so as long as I feel like if I can do the gels, I'll be sweet. You know?
you got to fuel right, bro. Because honestly, that hill that you drop off at the end of it, mate, it's gnarly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've just started getting into running. It's mate, it'd be cool though. It'd be cool to do Sydney.
Oh, for sure.
Bro, Sydney Marathon would be a beautiful, mate. I'm doing Sydney, man. So if you're up for
when is it?
It's August 31st.
All right.
So you'll have a bit of time. You'll have a bit of over a month after this fight.
Yeah. Sounds pretty good,
mate,
actually.
This could be a beautiful thing.
6 weeks, yeah.
6 weeks, yeah. Yeah.
After the holiday, I'll be a month.
Done. Hey,
month of training.
Mate, you mentioned pressure. I do have another question that I'd like to pop up.
Hey Timmy, it's George Rose here. I would love to hear your mindset about how you are as you head towards the ring. Now, for most normal people, I think walking into a packed out stadium, 10,000 people, all out of their seats, phones pointed at you in their face, a big, strong opponent waiting for you in the ring, wanting to take everything away from you, standing there waiting for you, and you're walking out into this crowd. I would love to hear your mindset about what you're thinking and what you're feeling on the way out, and how you get to that point where you can handle these nerves and everything else that comes with stepping into an arena like that and being the man in the arena.
Yeah, it's a good question, George. The most nervous I probably feel and anxious would be when I'm at home. The closer it comes towards the night and the event and the ring walk, the less I feel. The more I feel like I'm in it. It's obviously it's a weird feeling when you're putting your whole life on the line, and your whole chapter. It's such a big chapter that gets written in half an hour.
Yeah.
You know, it can. There's so much of your story that can be told in this given moment. So you sort of feel. I don't really know, but I try and thrive it all in. I try to live in the moment.
Yeah.
Recently, when I walk in, I try to feel the energy and bring that energy towards myself. And then once I get into the ring, it's like, that's it, killer mode.
Yeah. I think that present bit is probably hard for a lot of people to find. I think we're constantly in that if and when model or concept where it's just like, if I get this, then I'll be happy. So if and then model, like if I get this house, then I'll be happy.
Yeah.
If I get this win, then I'll be happy. But to be able to be present and absorb everything in, I think that's special, man.
Yeah.
I think that's a cool thing. But it's interesting when you say like you're at home, like that's the hardest part. Tell me a little bit more about that.
About that feeling?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember I said you feel most at peace in the midst of chaos.
Yeah.
And that is the midst of chaos, you know, and I felt so at home and at peace when I'm at that stage because nothing else exists. And when nothing else exists, it's just the present moment, and you feel the most alive you've ever felt. It's an unbelievable feeling.
Mate, I think about how much time, energy, training, blood, sweat and tears you put into your craft, boxing. I imagine there's a love there. I imagine there's a dedication there. If it wasn't boxing, do you think, what do you think the thing would be that could replicate that feeling or that drive? Is there something else outside of that?
From the factor of the adrenaline rush, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. My mind works in ways where you have to be performing at the highest level at anything you really do.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what can replicate it. Post-career, I would love to find it.
Yeah.
I think running is a small thing. Something that gets your hair up and gets you going. I'm still finding it.
Yeah.
I'm still finding it.
I think that's probably a big piece where it's like people get so nervous to start something because they want to be good at it straight away. Like you said, like I think most of us, a lot of us, like if we want to do something, we want to do something well. Like even starting the podcast, when I was playing footy, like I wasn't big on media. Like I was always pushed off to the other boys. I was like, nah, I don't want to do that, which is interesting now because we've got a media platform where we do podcasts, which is something I really enjoy. But for me, it was like, you just have to start.
Yeah.
Like, and can get your thoughts on it, but it's probably having the awareness of like, you're probably not going to be the best straight out of the gate.
Of course not.
But you're going to work at it 100%.
Yeah, and I think the fear of failure is a big thing. And a lot of people are scared to start something because they're scared that people are going to judge, that people are going to talk. But at the end of the day, no one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares, honestly. That's the biggest thing, is that no one gives a fuck about anything you really do.
Yeah.
So you just got to go for it, and you got to do it for yourself.
Do you think that we take on people's outside opinions more than what people actually
100%.
think? It's almost like we think that people are constantly going to be like looking at our Instagrams or judging us what we're doing, but in reality, like you said, like people probably don't really give a fuck, to be honest.
100%.
You know?
100%. And I think that's just human nature.
Yeah.
Is to have that caring side and think what people think and stuff like that. Like I went through at the start of my career, I was used to read comments about what people used to say to myself. Some people say, "Oh, big fans." Some people say he's a fuckwit, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But for me, when I blocked it all off and I don't read the comments, nor do I care, it changed my life for the better.
When did you cut it off?
Cut it off maybe 2 years into my pro career.
Really?
Yeah.
So you don't do anything on socials?
No, I go on socials.
Yeah.
But I don't read through anything. Yeah.
That's bro. That's such that's such great awareness at such a young age.
Yeah.
But I remember a heap of the boys gnarly comments around like things towards like partners or families or kids or like telling them that they should kill them, like just gnarly things. But they would respond back to it. I'm like, mate, you're almost like fueling the fire almost.
What's the point?
What's the point?
And I think social media, people, it's so easy to just comment.
Yeah.
You know, when people see you face to face, it's all love. You know, there's not really much hatred when it's out there in the real world.
Yeah. Do you do much on social media in terms of like, I guess like building brand, obviously outside of the sport? Do you see it as a positive?
I feel like social media is a great model to base on what you believe and your values and to spread it to the mass. You know, especially for us. We've got a big platform to be able to spread awareness. Right. I think it's a great thing. You know, if we can create different movements and different things like that, I think it's great.
Well, man, that's why I think that's why I love this podcast, to be honest, because like yourself, like athletes are so influential in community, right? And if they can be seen talking about their own vulnerabilities and struggles, and it makes it okay for the rest of us. But there's so many like little golden nuggets that you've mentioned today around, you know, washing the day off before going in there, like how to overcome pressure and loss and mindset. And like, you might know, but I imagine there's probably so many people who are sitting there being able to maybe not relate to being in the ring, but their own ring, you know, their own thing at home.
And I once saw this thing and it was like, people used to say, "Oh, I've got so much pressure. I've got so much pressure," and I feel like saying, "No, there is actually no pressure. You know, the pressure is on the single lady who can't afford rent.
Yeah,
you know, that's pressure. You know, when people are living week to week trying to do anything to be able to survive.
Yeah,
I'm lucky. I'm in such a great position to be doing something that I love on the world stage. That's not pressure at all. Compared to what a lot of people feel, and I feel for people as well. And people should be more aware of other people as well.
Yeah, I think that's a beautiful piece, and I think people who are more likely to listen to these types of conversations are wanting to be better. And I think we all naturally want to grow and develop ourselves and be the best versions we can be, and maybe want to be better dads or better partners. And I think being curious is such a huge place. I've gotten so much out of listening to other podcasts with people who I look up to, even knocking around with people who I really respect and learning from them. It's like they've been there and they've done it, and even if it's just like little nuggets here and there, man, it's so awesome.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
So, mate, what's you did mention a little bit about life after boxing.
Yeah.
What do you think that could look like? In terms of maybe not so much training. I would like to see you in the running space.
I don't know, man. Like something that gives me a purpose to wake up to. Something that you can make an impact to the world.
Yeah.
And whatever it is, I'll do it to my fullest.
Bro, I love that, man. That's so sick. And hey, bro, thank you. Thanks so much for jumping on this podcast
no stress,
today.
Man.
My pleasure. I really do appreciate it. It's cool to see I guess this side of you, and man, I am really appreciative. Before we do wrap things up, is there anything else that you'd like to touch on that you think we didn't talk about today that you'd like to mention?
You've said it pretty much all, man.
But I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And hey, good luck for the fight. We'll be watching in Vegas.
Luck is not needed.
And luck isn't, bro.
Luck is prepared.
I love that, man. Let's finish it up.